Hello dear students, welcome to the video lesson lecture by the Department of Computer Science and Applications, Faculty of Science, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Hyderabad. Today we are going to discuss about the topic structures and unions for the UG, BA, BCom, BSc Computer Applications students of semester 3. In this topic, we will discuss about the definitions of a structure and union, and how to create a structure variable and how to create a union variable, and also how to access the members of a structure and union. And we will also discuss about why should we use structures and unions in the program, and what are the various advantages with them, and also we will see the differences of the structures and unions in C. Okay, let us start. Myself Bhattu, Assistant Professor and in charge head Department of Computer Science and Applications, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, Hyderabad. See, we will see what is a structure. We know that an array will help us to store the elements in the continuous memory locations to effective utilization of the memory. But as per the definition of an array, we can store only the elements which are same data type. We can't store the different types of elements in an array. Means if you want to declare an array as int a of 5, that means we can store only 5 elements maximum, that too only integer data type, not other types. So, we know the array is to store only a same data type elements of similar elements of same data type, and if I want to store the different elements, like if I want to store the details of a person like his name, his Aadhaar number, his salary and his age and all these things, how can I store, and what will be the solution for this problem in C language? Example, if I take a college, if I want to store the details of the student like his name, his admission number, his course and his Aadhaar number and all these things. Array is not the solution to store all these things, because array can store only the elements of same data type. It can store only, if you want to store only marks of the students, you can take an array, but not with the names. If I want to store the names of the students along with their marks and the results, then what is the solution in C language? So, C language provides a wonderful concept called structures. Using structures, you can store different data type elements in the memory. So, array can store only similar data elements, but structure can help us to store different types of data elements in the memory. So, this is an advantage compared to the arrays. Wherever we raise some problem with the arrays, that the solution is with the structures. So, what do you mean by a structure? A structure is a collection of multiple variables under a single name, whereas an array is collection of multiple elements of same data type, whereas the definition of the structure is a collection of different elements with different data types under a single name. Before we can create the structure variables, we need to define its data type. Without data type, it is not possible to create structure variables. To define a structure, we will use the keyword called struct. So, struct is mandatory keyword to create the structure variables or to define a structure in C. So, the syntax of the structure is as follows: struct keyword followed by any name given by the user or programmer, that name is called structure name, and inside curly braces you can define structure members. Like how the structures members can be defined: data type any member 1, data type member 2, like that you can define any number of structure members. At the end we should put the semicolon. Example we have seen here, the struct keyword is mandatory to create a structure followed by any structure name. Here I have taken the structure name as person. So, inside the person I have given the members of the structure called person. What are the members of the structure? Here in this example I have taken the name, I just want to store the names of the person. So, names are characters. So, that is why I have taken the data type for the name is char. So, I just want to store 50 names. So, that is why I have taken name char name 50. Then I just want to store citizen number like Aadhaar number. I just want to store only numbers. So, for that I have taken int cit number, and I also want to store the salary of each person whoever I will store in the memory. So, here I am creating a structure with the structure name called person, and the person structure will have the members like person name, citizen number and his salary. These three values, three things about the person I just want to store in the memory. So, for that I have taken three different members: char name 50 and citizen number and salary. Salary may be a decimal or integer, so that is why I have taken as float. So, this is an example. Thus, how can we create a structure? Structure can be created using the keyword struct followed by any name that can be treated as structure name, and followed by a block of code inside curly braces which is having members of the structure. Structure member should have the data type followed by array or a variable. So, this is an example. Here we have derived type struct person is defined. Derived means I have given my own derivation, because the person will have name, salary and his citizen number. So, I have created three different variables here. How to create a structure variables? So, whenever we use a structure type is declared, no memory is allocated or no storage is allocated, because we have seen struct person, int char name, int citizen number, float salary. Whenever we declare like that, there is no memory will be allocated for that. The memory will be allocated only whenever we create a variable for that structure. Structure declaration is different and the structure variable is different. Until unless we create a structure variable, memory will not be allocated. So, there is no meaning for the structure without its variable. So, structure variable will play a vital role in the structures in C. So, to allocate memory in the given structure type and to work with the structure, we should create the structure variables. So, how can we create structure variables? There are two possible ways to create structure variables in C. The first way is you can create structure variable along with the structure declaration, and second way is to create the structure variables in the main function. So, we will see the first one. So, the first example we are having the creation of structure variables in the main function. So, here we have taken structure as struct person, inside some code will be there. I have not created any structure variables here. So, for this structure I just want to create structure variables in the main function. Struct person some code, then main function. Inside the main function, to create structure variables, I should use that struct keyword followed by structure name. Here the structure name is persons, so struct person and person1, person2, p of 20. These three, namely person1, person2 and p20, these three are three structure variables of my structure name called person. Then other way is to create structure variables is along with the structure declaration. The structure declaration is struct person. Inside that you can give some code like int salary, char name, like that, and along with the structure declaration we can create the structure variables like before semicolon you can write, after curly brace you can write variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, like that. At the end you should the semicolon. So here I have created the structure variables along with the declaration struct person. Inside some code will be there, and after closing the curly brace I have given the variables, structure variables like person1, person2 and p20, then semicolon. This is the way to create structure variables in two different ways. The first way is that you can create structure variables inside the main function, and the second way is that you can create structure variables along with its declaration. These are the two possible ways in C to create structure variables. As we know that structure variables are very important. Without creating structure variables there is no meaning for the structure and there is no memory will be allocated for the structure. In this both cases, both possibility ways, here person1 and person2 are two variables of the structure person. And how can we access members of the structures? So whatever we give the inside the structure declaration will be called as structure members. Then how can we access those structure members? There are two operators supported by C language to access the members of the structure. So those two operators are dot operator, that is member operator, and pointer operator, that is structure pointer operator. Dot operator is a member operator of the structure. Dot is used to members of the structure, and arrow, that is pointer operator, is used to access the structure pointers. These two are the operators to access the members of the structure. Suppose if you want to access the salary of the structure variable person2, we can access that person2 means variable dot person2 dot the salary. So here we have used the dot operator to access the variables. And access members of a structure, yeah, this code will give you the clear picture to you. You go through this code. This code as given like in C, hash include stdio.h and create struct with person1 variable. Here the declaration of the structure is struct person char name 50 int citizen number float salary. Here we are creating a structure variable called person1 along with its declaration. So I have created the structure variables along with the declaration. Then how can we access the members? You come inside the main function assigning values to name of person1. So I am using string function person1 dot name is George Orwell, and I am assigning values like citizen number and salary. Person1 dot citizen number is equals to some value, person1 dot salary is equals to some value. Then how can you access these two? So as usual I will use printf and I will write person1 dot name and citizenship person1 dot citizen number and salary person1 dot salary. These three, person1 dot name, person1 dot citizen number, person1 dot salary, will help us to access the three details of person1, his name, his citizen number, his salary. This is the way we can access the structure members. Then why structures in C? Suppose if we want to store the information about the person, his name, citizen number, Aadhaar number, salary, phone number, address, email ID, if you want to store all these details, we can create different variables for all these details, name, Aadhaar number, salary and mobile number, address. For all these things we can create different variables for the structure to store the information, which is not possible with the arrays in C. And what if you need to store information of more than one person? Now you need to create different variables for each information per person, name 1, citizen number 1 or Aadhaar number 1, mobile number 1 or address 1, salary 1, like name 2, Aadhaar number 2, salary 2, like that. If you want to create more number of persons, you can create like this. And structures is the better way approach, that would be to have collection of all related information under a single name. If you want to store all the details of the, if you want to go for a survey, if the Telangana government has started a survey, so they will take all the information of a particular person, then how can you store it in the system? So C is providing a flexibility using structures. The details of the survey will be stored using C language, so that we can create the structures, you can create variables to store whatever the information you want to store of a particular person. Using those variables of the structure, you can store the information of the person. And what are the advantages with structures in C? So there are several benefits of structures in C. They are, the first one is data organization. Structures allows us to group related data items together, such as name, Aadhaar number, employee ID, address, all these things. If you take a student example, if you want to store the details of the student, student name, student ID, what are the grade points of the students under a single name called structure. This data organization feature of structures makes it easier to understand and manipulate the data in your program easily. And other advantage with structures is code reusability, which is very efficient, excellent and mandatory one to reduce the time. Code reusability, by defining a structure once, you can create multiple variables of that structure type and use them throughout your program. This will help us to avoid writing the code repetitively and makes your program more modular. And coming to the other advantage of structures in C is it improved memory management. The structures allows us to store multiple types of data in a single variable, which can save memory compared to create separate variables in each piece of data. And other advantage is simplified parameter passing. When you pass a structure variable to a function, the entire structure is passed rather than each member variable separately. So this can simplify the function's implementation and makes the code more readable to the user as well as the compiler. And advantage is better data representation using structures. So structures provides us a way to represent real world objects or concepts in our program, which can make us code more expressive and easy to understand by the even non-programmers. Coming to the topic unions in C. A union is a well-defined type similar to the structures except one key difference. The structures allocates enough space to all their members, whereas union can hold only one member value at a time. So, how to define a union? Union is a collection of similar data element or different data elements under a single name. Unions are same as structures, same definition except the keyword difference, structure and union. Unions is a collection of different data items under a single name, whereas structure is a collection of different data items under a single name. Only the word union and structure are different. And how to define? So, how to the syntax same like structures. Union can be declared using the keyword union and structure can be declared using the keyword struct. Union can be declared using the keyword union. Union space car, that is union space union name, and inside curly brace you can give the members of the union. So, this is same like structure, only the keyword is different here. How to create union variables? Whenever you define or declare a union, it creates a user defined type. However, no memory is allocated. Whenever you declare a structure, whenever you declare a union, there is no memory is allocated unless you create its variables. To allocate memory for the given union type and to work with that union, we should create its variables as we have seen in the structures. In the same way, we have to create the union variables after declaring of the union. So, here you can see some example. Here I have taken union car, it is my union name. I have taken members as car name 50, I just want to store 50 car names and I just want to store the price of the cars. So, I have declared the union variables as in the main function, int main union car, that is union name, car 1, car 2 and star car 3, that star indicates the pointer, and other way is to declare is along with the union definition, union car name 50 int price. Here I am creating the variables car 1, car 2, star car 3. These two ways we can create union variables. And how can we access the union members? Union members can also be accessed same like structures. You can use two operators, the dot operator and the arrow operator, that is called pointer variable. So, in the above example, to access the price of the car, I can use car 1 dot price is used, and to access price of car 3, I can use car 3 arrow price or star car 3 dot price. These two ways to access the union members. And advantages with union is memory efficient, because the union uses the same memory location for all its members. It can be more memory efficient way to store data compared to using separate variables in each type of data. So, union also provides an advantage for the improved code readability. Unions can make the code more readable by allowing different types of data to be grouped together and accessed into a logical organized way. Space optimization, unions help us to utilize space effectively, and flexibility, union provides a great deal of flexibility as it can be used to store different types and only one member can be used memory at a time. So, here you can see the difference. Here struct person, data type char int float has been used. So, char data type is 2 bytes, int is 4 bytes and float is also 4 bytes, total 10 bytes will be allocated here. If you see this union here, char is 2 bytes, int is 4 bytes and double is 8 bytes. Here it occupies only 8 bytes. Whatever is the largest data type, that size of memory will be occupied whenever you use the union. But in structure, it occupies together all the data members, data types together will be used. Total size will be used. In the union, it takes only the maximum data type. So, these are the differences between structure and union. Memory, structure allocates memory for all members, whereas union allocates only the largest member, and accessing elements structure all members can be accessed independently, whereas in union only one member holds a value at a time. And whereas the difference in use case, structure is used when storing multiple data values and union is used when storing one value at a time. These are the differences. So, dear students, we have discussed today what do you mean by a structure, and how to declare a structure, how to create structure variables, and what are the advantages with structures, and what is an union, and what are the various ways to access structure union members, how to declare unions, and what are the advantages with union. And we have also seen the differences between structure and unions. The only difference is the memory allocation. So, these structures and unions are the best solutions for the problems rises with the arrays. So, arrays can deal only with single data type elements, and structures can deal with different data types under single name. So, these are the wonderful flexibilities in C language to have the multiple data types under a single name. So, the structures, compared to the structures, union provides best memory management in C.